In this video, we're going to show you our finished glitter fill option for beta release 6. This version of EasyStone will release tomorrow on Saturday. And what we'll do is we'll post it to the website for download, and then we'll also notify you on Facebook as well that the beta release 6 is available. And so just so you know that for those of you who are using EasyStone in beta mode, not all the glitter textures will be available to you. But for those of you who already own EasyStone version 3, then the glitter textures will be available to you. But at any rate, let me just show you how this works. You do need to select a shape to apply glitter fill to. So we'll select one shape here. Open up glitter fill here. You can see we have all of our glitter colors available to us, 16 colors in all, and we can just click on one and apply the glitter to it. We can select more than one and apply glitter to it. So now you have applied glitter to two. We can select text and apply a glitter effect to it as well. And the nice thing about that is we can actually change the text and we still get our glitter fill. So we could just change that glitter fill if we want to a different color of glitter. So that is kind of a neat ability. So now what I want to do is I want to share with you a little project and a really useful technique here in CorelDRAW. So stay tuned for this, okay? So what we're going to do here, first of all, this is our athletic tail font. Okay, so we're going to apply a glitter texture to it. And then what I want to show you is obviously we can change the type of athletic tail that we're using. So you can just type different letters and look at different athletic tails that are in this font. But I'm going to use the letter V for this example. And so this tail has texture applied to it. And what we're going to do is just kind of line up our tiger's text like this, and I don't know, maybe what I'll do is I'll slant tigers just a bit, something like that, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll take let's see here, we'll go ahead and take tigers, hold our shift key down and select our athletic tail, and we'll come over here to the editing tab and we'll choose weld. Okay, so now this is one object. Now, here is the neat trick. It's a very useful technique. First of all, let's size this to our finished shirt size. So let's go 9.5 inches, something like that. Let's add a weed box around it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a contour to the outside for this example. So we click on we select tigers. We click on our contour tool up here in our toolbar, and then up here for the amount of contour, I'm going to choose 3/16 of an inch. And look I don't have to enter the decimal value for that. I can actually enter it as a fraction. And then click on this button right here, which we're going to contour to the outside. Now, when you do that, because the original object that we contoured had a fill like this, a pattern fill, the contour is going to as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to right click, break contour group apart, and give it a different fill. And now you can kind of see what that end result is like. And then what I would do is come in here and just kind of clean it up. Depending on the font you're using and how much offset, you'll get these kind of weird, like this. We'll go ahead and delete that. This little straggler there, we'll delete that. So go ahead and just kind of clean that up however you want to. All right. So now, in fact, I'll even clean this up a little bit too. All right. And, you could clean it up as much or as little as you want. You could come in here and just keep going and clean it all up and modify it however you want to get it exactly the way you want it. But what I want to show you is this little technique here. All right. So what I want to do is I want to put football in my athletic tail. Watch what we're going to do here, because this is a fun technique and very useful, very simple too. So we're going to go back to our contour tool, and this time, let's change the amount of contour. Let's go with 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so let's go 0.125, and this time we're going to go to the inside. Now you don't really see anything, but if we go to wireframe mode, now you can. So there we are in wireframe mode. You can see that offset to the inside. So we're going to right click on that, break contour group apart. Let's give that a fill color. Come back over to enhanced. So you see what we did there? Now hopefully it makes a little bit more sense to you. This is what I want to look at right here. In this particular example, you see that right there? That is going to be a problem for the technique that we're going to show you. So just bear with me. These are little things that you're going to run into all the time that you need to know how to deal with. So what we're going to do, we offset 1/8 of an inch. We're going to offset just a little bit more than that. Okay, so what we're going to do is offset 3/16. So what we're going to do is go back to our contour tool. Let's enter it as a fraction, right? And then click back to the inside. Sometimes it's easier to be in wireframe mode to see that happen. But do you see what now right here where we had that little space? Now we don't, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to select that, break contour group apart. Let's give this a fill color of something. Go back to enhanced mode, and then we can see what we have. Okay, so we've created this shape right here. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to come in here and we're going to draw a box. When you're first doing this, you're going to be like, what in the world is he doing? But just bear with me. We're going to draw a box like this. Something, I don't know, like that. And then just kind of get the box however you want it. But I'm going to click on my box again. And then we get the shear handle. See how we can shear it like this? Okay, so now we just kind of sheared it. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of look at this and decide how I want this to look. Well, I know, first of all, this is a box, a rectangle shape. So we need to convert it to curves in order to edit the nodes. Okay, so now I'm going to select these two nodes and just bring this over just a little bit, something like that. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Smart Fill tool. And it's so interesting in CorelDRAW to have all these crazy tools and figure out ways to use them, especially when you're new. But if you have demonstrations like this, it turns out to be kind of a fun project. So grab our Smart Fill tool and click inside the box here in this kind of wedge shape. See there? See what it did? It created this shape. So we're using the existing shape and then the box that we set on top of it, and the intersecting lines kind of creates a boundary for the Smart Fill tool. So now we have this shape. So let's go ahead and delete this. So and now we don't need this. We can delete that too. So now we have this shape right here. So what we're going to do here is just come in here and let's type out the word football. Let's go to our college font. Okay, so there is football and college, and I tell you what, let's try college slab. It's a little bit thicker than college. All right, and we'll just see what it looks like. So now we have football. So what we want to do is we want to take football and stick it in this wedge shape. But here's the trick, okay? So you take football, grab your envelope tool, right? And then there's an eyedropper up here, create envelope from. So we click on that eyedropper and click on this wedge shape, and look at what happens. We get this weird blue box around our word football. And what you have to do, this is a bit tricky, but just go mad happy clicking on this outline. Sometimes you got to click a couple of times, but now you see our football is that angle, right? So now we can just plop. Look at that. We can plop football right into place there. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and change that to white. Okay? Pretty cool, right? So if you've never worked with that technique, yeah, it's several steps, but if you understand the different individual steps, you could create something pretty nifty that way. And this text, what we're going to do when we go to cut this, of course, the white will be completely solid, just like this, right? And what we're going to do then is when we go to cut our glitter on top, we're going to cut the football outline and our glitter outline. So it's going to look like this. If we go to wireframe mode, this is what your cutter is going to see. Okay, so we're actually going to cut a hole in our glitter. And so what that will do is that will reveal the white base below. So this we're going to cut out in white. This will be our glitter, and we're going to send both outlines to the cutter. We're going to weed out all of our football lettering, and then we're going to stick it right on. And like I say, in the end, our white underbase is going to show through. And that's how you create that little design there. So hopefully that all makes some sense to you. And you try that technique when you're adding text inside a tail like that. Make yourself a little container, apply that envelope, and then you can get your text inside your tail with the same angle and everything, looking really nice. So I hope you like that little technique. I hope you're excited about this glitter fill option here as well. It's a nice new option here that we have available here inside EasyStone Beta 6.